10 Japanese decluttering lessons that turn a messy space into a peaceful one, without ever talking about minimalism. If your home feels overwhelming after 60 and it feels like clutter quietly drains your peace, you're not alone. In Japan, people have mastered simple, graceful ways to turn chaos into calm, without ever talking about minimalism. Today, you'll discover 10 powerful lessons inspired by Japanese living that can transform your space and your mindset. And trust me, the final one is the secret that surprises everyone. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to create a home that feels calm, balanced, and full of life again. You'll learn 10 Japanese-inspired lessons, simple mindset shifts, everyday rituals, and easy space strategies that turn daily chaos into quiet comfort. These tips aren't about minimalism or throwing things away. They're about restoring harmony and joy in your surroundings. So, if you're ready to bring more peace into your life after 60, hit that like button and subscribe for more life-changing advice from the Senior Reset. In Japan, there's a quiet beauty in how people relate to their belongings. Every object, no matter how small, is treated with respect. From a simple teacup to an old pair of sandals, the Japanese see value not just in the item itself, but in the purpose it has served and the energy it carries. This sense of appreciation creates a deep emotional connection between a person and their home. Now, imagine if we, especially after 60, began to look at our possessions the same way. Not as clutter to be managed, but as companions that have shared our journey. That old lamp that's been sitting in the corner for decades, it might have lit up family dinners, late-night reading sessions, or quiet conversations with loved ones. When you pause to acknowledge that, something changes. Your relationship with your environment becomes more peaceful, and the task of decluttering feels less like a burden and more like an act of gratitude. In Japanese culture, this attitude is part of what's called mono no aware, a gentle awareness of the impermanence of things. It teaches that every item in your home once played a meaningful role, but also that it's natural for things to reach the end of their purpose. This perspective allows people to let go, not out of frustration or guilt, but out of respect and thankfulness. For seniors, this mindset can be incredibly freeing. When you've collected a lifetime of memories, it's easy to feel attached to every object that reminds you of the past. But by honouring what each item gave you, you allow yourself to release it without regret. Instead of saying, "I need to get rid of this," you can say, "Thank you for serving me well." That small shift turns decluttering into something healing, a gentle farewell, not a forced goodbye. Here's how you can apply this lesson starting today. Take a moment to choose one item that's been in your home for years. Hold it in your hands and think about the moments it represents. Maybe it's a gift from someone dear, a piece of clothing you once wore often, or even an old kitchen tool that's been replaced but once made countless family meals possible. Reflect on its role in your life and what it meant to you. If it still serves a purpose or brings you joy, keep it with pride. If not, let it go, gracefully, knowing it fulfilled its purpose. This approach doesn't just clear physical space, it clears emotional space too. It reminds you that your home is not a storage unit of the past, but a reflection of the life you're living now. Respecting your belongings means respecting your own journey, acknowledging where you've been while making room for what's still ahead. And here's something most people overlook. When you treat your items with respect, you start to treat yourself with more respect too. You move slower, think clearer, and live more intentionally. The calm you create in your surroundings begins to mirror the calm inside you. That's the quiet strength behind Japanese homes. They're not just tidy, they're peaceful, because everything within them is cared for. So as you look around your home today, notice one thing you truly value. Maybe it's that handmade quilt, a photo frame, or a favorite mug. Notice how it feels to give it a moment of appreciation. This small act can shift your entire mindset toward gratitude instead of guilt. And that's where true peace begins. Do you have one item at home you always treat with care, no matter how old it is? Maybe something that holds memories or meaning? Share it below in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else to look at their home with new eyes. One of the most practical and life-changing Japanese lessons is this: don't declutter by room, declutter by category. It may sound simple, but it completely transforms the process. In Japanese homes, the focus isn't on cleaning a space, it's on understanding what you truly own and how much of it you actually use. When you sort by category, you stop chasing clutter around your home and start seeing your belongings as a complete picture of your life. Let's imagine you begin with clothes. Instead of tackling your bedroom closet one day, your dresser another, and a hallway rack later, you gather every piece of clothing from every corner of the house. Lay them out where you can see them all. Suddenly, you realize this isn't just fabric. These are years of choices, memories, and seasons of your life. You'll see that some pieces reflect who you were, and others still reflect who you are now. That's when clarity begins. For seniors, this method is especially powerful. Over the years, it's natural to accumulate items little by little. Things passed down, gifted, or kept just in case. But after decades, those small decisions pile up until your home starts to feel heavy. The Japanese category approach helps you face everything gently but honestly. It takes away the emotional fog of going from room to room and instead gives you a clear, manageable focus, one category at a time. Let's say you start with books. Gather them all. Cookbooks from the kitchen, novels from the living room, old manuals from the garage. Place them together on a table. When you see them as one collection, it's easier to recognize duplicates, forgotten titles, or books you'll never open again. But more importantly, you reconnect with what truly matters. Maybe you rediscover an old devotional you once loved reading in the mornings, or a gardening guide that still brings joy. The goal isn't to discard, it's to rediscover. This approach also helps reduce overwhelm, which is something many seniors struggle with when it comes to decluttering. The idea of cleaning the whole house can feel exhausting before you even begin. But when you say, "Today I'll focus on my clothes," or "This weekend I'll go through my books," the task feels lighter, doable, even enjoyable. Each completed category gives you a sense of achievement, like finishing a small chapter in a bigger story. Another beautiful part of the Japanese method is the emotional rhythm it creates. You learn to pause between categories, to rest, reflect, and appreciate what you've accomplished before moving on. There's no rush, no pressure to finish everything at once. It's about progress with peace, not perfection with stress. Here's a simple step-by-step guide to help you start. Choose one category, like clothes, books, kitchen tools, or sentimental items. Gather everything from that category in one spot. Yes, every piece. Hold each item and ask, does this serve me now? Or has it already served its purpose? Keep only what aligns with your current season of life. Release the rest with gratitude. For seniors, this process can be emotional, but it's also deeply empowering. You're not just decluttering your house, you're realigning your space with your present reality. You're creating a home that supports the life you're living now, not the one you left behind. Here's something most people don't realize. When you declutter by category, you stop repeating the same mental loops. How many times have you cleaned a drawer only to find more of the same items in another room later? Sorting by category eliminates that frustration. You'll never have to wonder, didn't I already go through this? Again, it brings closure to that part of your home and your mind. One senior I spoke with, Mrs. Thompson, shared that when she tried this for the first time, she started with her linens. She had no idea she owned over 20 towels and 15 sets of sheets. I wasn't even using most of them, she laughed. Some were hidden so deep in the closet I forgot they existed. After organizing by category, she donated the extras and said she felt lighter, both physically and emotionally. That's the secret of this method. It replaces chaos with clarity. You begin to see not just what you own, but what truly supports your daily peace. Every item that stays has a purpose. Every item that goes frees space for calm. Have you ever tried organizing by category instead of room? What category do you think you'd start with first? Clothes, books, or maybe something sentimental? Share your answer in the comments below. Your idea might help someone else take their first step. And remember, don't rush. This is a journey of rediscovery. With every category you complete, you're rebuilding your home around the life you want now. But the next lesson will change how you see everyday objects. It's about finding hidden meaning in the things you use every day, and it might completely transform how you view your home. In Japanese culture, there's a quiet reverence for the history woven into everyday things. Objects aren't seen as lifeless possessions, but as silent witnesses to our lives, each with its own story to tell. This idea isn't sentimental, it's deeply human. Every item in your home has been part of your journey in some way. When you learn to listen to what those items are telling you, decluttering stops feeling like loss and starts feeling like a meaningful conversation with your past. For seniors, this practice is especially powerful. After 60, your home becomes a time capsule, filled with pieces of the life you've lived, the people you've loved, and the moments that shaped you. That old sweater tucked in the back of the closet isn't just fabric. It's the warmth of a winter holiday, laughter shared with family, or perhaps comfort through a difficult season. Japanese wisdom invites us to pause and acknowledge those stories before deciding what stays and what goes. The question to ask yourself is simple but profound. Does this still serve me, or has it already served its purpose? When you pick up an object, let that question guide your heart. If it still adds comfort, function, or joy, keep it proudly. But if its role in your life feels complete, let it move on with gratitude. You're not discarding memories. You're acknowledging them and allowing your home to reflect the life you're living now. This mindset creates peace instead of guilt. In the West, people often approach decluttering with a sense of failure. feeling bad for owning too much or keeping things too long. But the Japanese approach is gentler. It recognizes that holding on to something for years doesn't make you messy. It means that item once had meaning. The goal isn't to erase that, it's to honor it before releasing it. Imagine a grandmother holding a set of teacups she received on her wedding day. For decades, they've sat in a cabinet, rarely used. Instead of feeling bad about letting them go, she takes a moment to remember how special they once were. The gatherings, the laughter, the life they represented. She smiles, thanks them silently for the memories, and decides it's time for someone else to create new ones with them. That's not letting go. It's passing peace forward. Here's a simple exercise you can try at home. Pick an item that feels hard to part with, something you've kept for years. Hold it gently and ask yourself, what story does this tell about my life? Reflect on the memory it holds and what season of your life it represents. Then ask, does it still serve me, or has it already fulfilled its purpose? If it's time to release it, whisper a quiet thank you before letting it go. You'll find that this small ritual makes decluttering emotionally lighter and spiritually calming. It reminds you that your memories aren't stored in things, they live within you. The items simply helped you carry those moments until you were ready to move forward. There's also something healing about realizing how much your surroundings tell your life story. Each object becomes a chapter, and you get to decide which chapters still belong in your present home. You may even find yourself smiling as you sort, rediscovering forgotten treasures and moments that remind you of how rich your life has been. And when you release an item with respect, it feels like closing a storybook with gratitude instead of regret. That's the heart of this Japanese lesson. Every belonging has a voice, a purpose, and a time. Listening deeply allows you to honor your past while making space for new joy, peace, and freedom. Take a moment right now. Look around you. Is there one object that holds a story from your life? Maybe something you've kept for years because of the memory it carries. Tell us its story in the comments. Sharing your memory might inspire someone else to see their home in a new light. But the next lesson reveals a powerful secret the Japanese use every day to keep their homes calm and clutter-free. It's called the one-touch rule, and it might completely change how you handle your belongings. In many Japanese homes, there's a simple yet powerful rule that keeps life organized and peaceful: the one-touch rule. It means this: when you touch an item, deal with it right away. No piling, no shifting, no setting it aside for later. You handle it once, make a decision, and move on. It's a habit rooted in mindfulness and respect for time, and it prevents small clutter from growing into big chaos. Now let's think about how this can transform daily life, especially after 60. One of the most common sources of clutter isn't large objects. It's the little things that pile up when we postpone decisions. A stack of unopened mail, yesterday's newspaper, or receipts waiting to be sorted. They seem harmless at first, but over time, they create quiet stress. You walk past them every day thinking, "I'll get to it soon." But soon becomes weeks, and that small pile starts whispering, "You're behind." That's where the one-touch rule steps in. It's a mindset that says, if it enters my hands, I'll decide its future right now. Let's take mail, for example. Instead of setting letters on the counter to look at later, make it a small daily ritual. As soon as you bring it in, sort it. Keep, file, or recycle. Keep what's important, file what's needed for records, and recycle what's junk. One touch, one decision, one less source of stress. For seniors, this approach brings a calm rhythm to everyday life. It reduces the physical strain of constant picking up and putting down, and it simplifies mental clutter too. You no longer have to remember what still needs doing because you've already done it. It also encourages independence. Your home becomes easier to maintain, not through big cleanups, but through small, consistent actions. This principle can apply beyond mail. When you remove your jacket, hang it immediately instead of draping it over a chair. When you finish a meal, wash the dishes right away instead of letting them sit. When you use an item, return it to its home instead of leaving it for later. These small habits, practiced daily, build an environment that feels effortless. The Japanese see this not as discipline, but as respect for your home, your time, and your peace of mind. There's something empowering about making decisions in the moment. It stops procrastination from stealing your energy. Each small choice adds up, creating a flow where your surroundings stay tidy without heavy effort. You might even notice that your mind feels clearer, your movements lighter, and your days less stressful. Here's a gentle way to start. Choose just one area where clutter tends to collect: your kitchen counter, desk, or mail basket. Apply the one-touch rule there for a week. You'll quickly see how it changes not only that space, but the way you feel in it. Does your mail pile up too? Or maybe it's papers, clothes, or small household items. Tell us what tends to build up in your home and which spot you'd like to tackle first. Your story might help someone else find their starting point. In the next lesson, we'll explore how Japanese homes stay so peaceful and refreshing all year round. It's all about seasonal living, and it might inspire a beautiful rhythm in your own home. One of the most beautiful aspects of Japanese living is how it flows with the seasons. Nothing stays the same year-round. Homes, clothing, even meals adjust to reflect the natural rhythm of life. This approach isn't just about practicality. It's deeply symbolic of renewal, change, and appreciation for the present moment. For seniors, embracing this concept of seasonal living can make home life more peaceful and manageable. Think of your home as a living space that breathes with the year. When spring arrives, lighten your bedding and pack away those thick winter blankets. In the summer, let your home feel airy and uncluttered. Put away heavy curtains or dark decor that make the space feel closed in. As autumn comes, bring out warm colours and cozy textures again. And in winter, surround yourself with softness, warmth and comfort. This rhythm not only reduces physical clutter, but also refreshes your mind and energy. Many older adults hold on to everything just in case, but rotating your belongings seasonally helps you stay connected to what truly serves you right now. You might discover items you no longer need or haven't used for years. Instead of letting them take up space, thank them for the comfort they once provided and let them go. It's also an excellent opportunity for reflection. As you switch out your wardrobe or rearrange your home for a new season, ask yourself, what season of life am I in right now? Maybe you're in a stage of slowing down and finding peace. Maybe you're rediscovering joy in simplicity. Just as nature sheds its leaves, you too can let go of what's no longer necessary. And here's something powerful. This process can even make your home safer and more comfortable. Having only what's relevant for the season means fewer tripping hazards, easier cleaning, and less decision fatigue. Every object has a purpose and a place, and your surroundings begin to feel lighter, calmer, and more balanced. If you start living with the seasons, not against them, you'll find your environment nurturing you instead of draining you. What's one thing you could put away or bring out to reflect the current season in your home? Share it in the comments. Your idea might inspire someone else to start fresh this season. In Japan, homes are often modest in size, yet they never feel cramped or chaotic. Every corner has meaning. Every object has a purpose. This philosophy, making the most of what you have, can completely transform how seniors approach their own living spaces. It's not about having more room, it's about giving meaning to the room you already have. Think about that small side table in the corner or the unused chair that's become a resting place for yesterday's mail. What if, instead, that corner became your quiet retreat? Add a soft lamp, a comfortable cushion, and your favorite book, and suddenly you've created a personal reading nook, a space that calms the mind and nurtures your spirit. Purpose-driven organization is more than tidiness. It's emotional clarity. When a space has a clear function, it reminds your mind what it's for. Your kitchen becomes a place for nourishment, not storage overflow. Your living room becomes a gathering space, not a catch-all for random items. And that change brings peace. For older adults, this mindset also makes daily life easier and safer. A well-defined layout means fewer obstacles, fewer misplaced things, and less bending or reaching to find essentials. It's not about perfection, it's about ease. Imagine being able to walk through your home freely without clutter slowing you down or causing stress. That sense of flow gives you freedom, both physically and emotionally. Japanese culture teaches us that small spaces are not limitations, they are invitations to live with intention. When you fill your home only with things that serve you or spark calm, you create a sanctuary, no matter the size. Even a single shelf, a window ledge or a tabletop can carry beauty and meaning if arranged with care. Add a photo of someone you love, a small plant, or a candle you light each evening. Those tiny details speak volumes to the heart. And the next lesson goes even deeper. It isn't about space at all. It's about something far more powerful: gratitude. In Japan, gratitude isn't just expressed toward people, it extends to objects too. Before letting something go, it's common to pause and say, "Thank you for serving me." This small act turns decluttering from a painful process into a peaceful one. For seniors, especially those parting with sentimental belongings, this practice can be deeply healing. It shifts the focus from loss to appreciation. Instead of feeling guilty for letting go, you acknowledge the role that item once played in your life. Picture an elderly man standing beside his old walking cane. It carried him through years of daily walks, steadying his steps when his balance was uncertain. When he finally donated it, he whispered, "Thank you for helping me stay strong." That simple act brought him peace, because it wasn't just about giving something away. It was about honoring what had served its purpose. This gentle moment of gratitude reminds us that releasing doesn't erase the memory. It honors it. Every thank you creates closure, making space for new peace to enter your home and heart. In Japanese homes, balance is the quiet secret behind every peaceful space. It's not about stripping everything away or chasing a picture-perfect room. It's about harmony. Every item, every color, and every texture has a purpose and a place. The goal isn't emptiness, it's emotional comfort. For seniors, this means creating a space that supports your spirit, not just your sense of order. Keep the things that make you feel grounded. Your favorite chair by the window, a soft blanket that's seen many cozy nights, or a framed photo that makes you smile every morning. Balance comes when what surrounds you feels just right, not too much, not too little. Japanese design calls this wa, a sense of harmony that connects you to your environment. When you walk into a room that's balanced, you don't just see calm, you feel it. The air seems lighter, the mind slows down, the heart feels safe. So don't aim for perfection or empty spaces. Instead, aim for a room that welcomes you. Let your home reflect who you are today, peaceful, seasoned, and wise. Because true harmony isn't about what's removed, but what remains that still brings you joy. In many Japanese households, peace isn't something that happens once. It's something renewed daily. Before bedtime, families often do a quick reset, tidying up just enough to restore calm. It's not about deep cleaning or perfection. It's about ending the day with order and starting the next with ease. For seniors, this simple 5-minute practice can be life-changing. As the evening quiets, take a gentle walk around your home, clear a surface, fold a blanket, return a book to its shelf. These small actions send a quiet message to your mind. You're in control, and your space is your sanctuary. Think of it like closing a book at the end of a good day. Even if the day was busy or difficult, this nightly ritual resets your energy. It clears not just your space, but your thoughts. You'll wake up to a room that greets you with calm instead of chaos, and that can set the tone for your entire morning. One senior viewer once shared how her 5-minute reset became her favorite part of the day. She'd dim the lights, put on soft music, and gently restore order. "It's like tucking my home into bed," she said. That simple image captures what this practice truly is. Care, both for your home and for yourself. So tonight, try it. Just 5 minutes before bed. A small ritual of peace that reminds you you deserve calm at the end of every day. Would you try a 5-minute reset tonight? Let us know in the comments. In the end, the greatest Japanese lesson isn't about decluttering. It's about ease. True peace at home doesn't come from working harder to keep things perfect. It comes from creating rhythms that make life simpler. For seniors, that means letting your home support you, not the other way around. When your surroundings flow naturally, there's less bending, less searching, less frustration. You move through your day with comfort and clarity. The goal isn't to live with nothing, it's to live with enough. Enough space to breathe, enough calm to rest, enough order to feel safe and free. Imagine waking up and seeing your favorite mug waiting by the kettle, your chair by the window ready for morning light, your space open and uncluttered. That's not just a tidy home, it's a peaceful start to the day. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It grows through the small lessons we've explored: respect for your belongings, gratitude for what served you, balance in what you keep, and a simple nightly reset. Together, they turn chaos into calm, without forcing or rushing. So remember, peace isn't a reward for hard work. It's a choice you nurture through gentle habits. The less effort you give to managing your things, the more energy you have to enjoy the moments that truly matter. Because after all, your home should age gracefully with you. Steady, simple, and full of quiet joy. Clutter isn't just about things. It's about how your home feels. Every pile, every overstuffed drawer carries a bit of mental weight. But when you begin to release what no longer serves you, something beautiful happens. Your home starts to give back. The air feels lighter. Your thoughts flow easier. And there's space again for calm, for joy, for you. The Japanese teach that the energy of a home mirrors the energy of its keeper. When your surroundings flow peacefully, your heart follows. And for seniors, that peace isn't a luxury. It's a form of self-care. You've spent decades gathering memories, raising families, working hard. Now it's time to create an environment that supports your next chapter. A space where you can move freely, think clearly, and rest deeply. These 10 lessons aren't about strict rules or chasing minimalism. They're about rediscovering harmony through small, meaningful choices. A respectful touch, a nightly reset, a thankful goodbye. Each habit restores balance and reminds you that serenity doesn't come from perfection, but from presence. So, as you walk through your home tonight, look around with new eyes. Every drawer you clear, every object you release, opens a door to peace. You deserve a space that breathes with you, one that feels calm, kind, and alive. Because when your home is in order, your mind and spirit find rest. And that's the true gift of growing older with grace. Less noise, more clarity, and a life that finally feels light again. If this video opened your eyes, share it with a friend who might be struggling with clutter. It could truly change their life.